Welcome, friends. Welcome back to Midweek Motivation Live with Patrick Lee. That's me, your host. Today, we're blending two worlds that I'm pretty much passionate about. Many people that know me can tell you these are the two things that I'm pretty much passionate about, and those are real estate and motivation. We're going to be blending those two today. What if you could see your own life the way you see your home, a house, not just the four walls, but a place of stability, investment, and legacy as well. Let's talk about the keys. I actually have a key here. Here's your visual. Let's talk about the keys. The keys. Let's talk about the keys to building the life you want. I actually had a skeleton key similar to this on the house my parents bought when I was a teenager. Pretty cool. I love these old skeleton keys. Let's talk about the keys to building the life you want. Lessons straight from real estate, which is what I do. This is the Patrick Lee Group, people first, purpose driven, integrity above all. Real estate. That's what I do. I'm a realtor, licensed realtor in the state of Texas. People already tuning in to watch the show. Brother Cody, Ms. Gina, Brother Peter, a lot of people on here already tuning in. I love that. You know that we are live coast to coast and around the world on Midweek Motivation Live, now on all major podcast platforms. Wherever you go to consume podcast content, you can find Midweek Motivation Live. Please like, love, share the show, refer it to friends if it's something that you think that can help them. But let's dive into this today. I'm so happy when people jump in and start watching the show. Today's topic, real estate and resilience. How can we learn from a realtor about how to build a better life? Number one, the foundation of a home matters. Any of you that own a home, even if you're renting a home, you'll understand these analogies and the ways that I have put them into these topics. The foundation of the home is one of the first things we look at when I take clients in to look at a house. We start looking at the foundation, at the cracks in the walls, at the cracks in the foundation. Now in Amarillo, where we live, in many parts of the nation, we have clay soil. And that means it's going to expand and contract depending on the amount of moisture that's in the ground that the home is built on. So a house can have the most beautiful design, modern kitchen, incredible finishes. Everyone wants to have, agreeable gray and an alabaster white or oyster white on their cabinets in the most modern colors today. But no matter how pretty your house is, if the foundation is cracked, the whole structure could be at risk. So when we find homes that have larger or exhibiting larger than normal settling or cracks in that foundation, we're going to have a foundation specialist come and take a look at that house. It only makes sense because you don't want to buy a house, no matter how pretty it is, if the foundation is faulty, and that house could end up crumbling before your very eyes. If it's not stable, nothing else really matters. It's hard to build that beautiful home on top of a faulty foundation. If you build your dreams on fear, negativity, or doubt, eventually those cracks are going to show up in your life as well. But if you build your life on faith, on integrity, on purpose, you can handle whatever storms may come your way. This is not the analogy of building your house on the sand and the storms come. And in the Bible, it talks about that. The fool that builds his house on the sand, but the wise man builds his house on the rock. We all understand that. But what it really comes down to, if you build your life on things, your home, your legacy, on things that are shaky and not sustainable, is it really worth building at all? We need to build our life on things that are sustainable, that are long lasting. Just like a builder invests heavily in the strong foundation, the thickest concrete with the most rebar in Amarillo, Texas, you have to invest in yourself as well. I have walked onto build sites and I've had other builders show me in the past, and you'll say, Patrick Lee, that's not true. But I guarantee you that it is true. There have been concrete companies in Amarillo, Texas, that have called for the inspection on a foundation before it gets poured. You have to have it inspected by the city, and the city inspector will come out and inspect that foundation, make sure that the forms are correct, that the plumbing and electrical, if they had to be roughed in under that slab, that they were roughed in properly, and that the proper amount and size of rebar has been added. And at that point, they will sign off on it. But some builders would wait for the inspection to be finished, and then they would go pull the rebar up and go save it for the next job, and they would actually pour that slab without the rebar in it. How many of you know that if you do things like that, you're actually, you're looking for failure? We know that if we bought a house like that or helped a buyer buy a house like that, we could expect probably litigation in the future, because if they found out that that had happened, that builder would be liable for that, right? There's a warranty on that home that states that the foundation was built properly. And I unfortunately, I've seen it with my own eyes. There were people, different concrete companies and builders that would get away with that from time to time, and they have to be called on the carpet. We can't invest in our lives any more than that builder could invest in that building that house with a shoddy foundation. You must invest in yourself, your learning, your faith, your personal growth. A home with a strong foundation lasts for generations, but so does a life built on solid principles, right? Y'all are getting the real estate analogies today. Number two, there is a difference in curb appeal and true value. Every realtor, licensed real estate agent, knows that curb appeal is important. One of the first things we tell our sellers when we're getting a home ready to put on the market, we tell them all curb appeal is very important. The first impression is the best and the longest lasting. So if you have a beautiful home inside, but you haven't mowed the grass, your yard is full of weeds, or you have no grass, your trees are halfway dead, you have a lot of things that are just ugly on the outside, they may pull up to the curb and decide they don't even want to come look inside. Curb appeal is vitally important, even so much as the paint on the front door. I happen to have a red door because I believe in the legend behind, or the history behind the red door, which is a paid for home, but is a friendly and welcoming home. Started in Scotland generations and generations ago, back with the landlords. And when a home, the tax people used to go by and would collect taxes from homes for the landlord. That's where we get the term the landlord, the lord of that land. Well, once that home was paid for, they would paint that door red, and the landlord or the landlord's collector would know they don't need to collect on that property anymore, because that's a paid for home. And then after that, that paid for home, that red door became a beacon for travelers traveling through an area. A person who had paid for their home was more likely than not able to provide possibly a place to stay, a warm meal at the end of the day when a weary traveler may be coming by. If they saw a red door, then that would mean that could be a welcoming home, a place they could spend the night or get a good meal, because they had the funds to be able to provide a better life because their home was paid for. They weren't paying the landlord anymore. I happen to, my wife loves red. We have a red door, but a lot of people now are painting their doors turquoise, lemon yellow, butter yellow, black. It doesn't really matter, but the gist of this is the curb appeal. What are people seeing when they pull up to the front of your home? What are they seeing when they look at you first? Buyers are drawn to what looks good, right, at the first glance. But every seasoned investor doesn't really care what color the doors are. They know that true value isn't just what you see on the outside. Even though we are trained to look on the outside, the seasoned person, the one that's really looking for value, can see past that, right? Good morning, Miss Mary. Great to see you on here also. Pete says keys to kingdom building. There you go. I've got the keys. I've got the keys, Pete. Thank you, Miss Mary. Glad to see you watching as well. The things that are important, really, every seasoned investor knows they have to look past the pretty and then start looking at what's on the inside, the wiring, the plumbing. How is that home plumbed? How is that home or that person wired? Are they wired right? Is their mind in the right space? The insulation, how well can they fend off hot and cold seasons, right? The structure behind the walls determines whether that home is worth buying. not just what's on the outside. And in life, it's really no different. Many people put all their energy into what they look like on the outside, keeping up appearances, the car, the fancy cars, the clothes, the Instagram feed, how well we look on our stories and our reels. And I've told you this many, many times. Comparison is the thief of joy, and I do not have the right to anyone else's opinion about me, right? That's their opinion, not mine. But I can change that based on the highlight reel that I put on social media, right? But inside, no matter how pretty, how made up, or how phony I look on the outside, a lot of times you can see right past that. It's all plastic and filler, makeup and filters, right? But lasting success comes when we do the hard work behind the scenes and we actually develop ourselves on the inside, strengthening our character, developing discipline, and nurturing relationships. Just like the buyer who digs deeper than the surface, deeper than the curb appeal, you have to look beyond that curb appeal into the people as well to determine what level of success or solidity they have in their life and make sure that your inner life is in order. That's where true value is found. I'm helping buyers, multiple buyers right now, purchase homes, and as with every buyer, we always recommend you have that home inspected. And the first thing they'll ask is, what is the inspector going to inspect for? I said, from the roof to the foundation and everything in between. The wiring, the plumbing, the insulation, the roof, what's covering it from the top, the foundation, what is it built like on the bottom? Everything from how well is it protected on the outside, from the finish to the fence to the sprinkler system. Is there a system in place to manage all of this? Is there a security system? How is it wired? All of those things come into the inspection. And at that point, we determine, with a little bit of work, would this be a good value for my buyer? And I can't make that decision for them, but I have to be a trusted advisor that can tell them, hey, this is a very small monetary repair, or this could be potentially a very expensive replacement, like a roof or an HVAC, your heating, central heating and air system. How old are they? How well do they operate? We want to have every system tested to make sure that that's a solid purchase for the buyer, right? You need to look beyond the surface to determine how solid that property is. And we need to do the same thing with ourselves. Make sure that our inner life, our inner man, our inner woman is in order. And that's where true value can be found. Marlene, today's show is all for you. My trusted teammate and coworker, Miss Marlene, watching the show today. Thank you. I appreciate that. Number 3, investing for your future. People buy real estate not only for shelter, but for appreciation as well. Many of the clients that we work with are investors. They're looking to build appreciation. One of the things a home generally always does is go up in value. We call that appreciation, not just how much I appreciate a person, but the appreciation of value, because you want long-term equity in a home that provides financial stability. The people that are buying as an investor are thinking about legacy, long-term, what this property will be worth for their family years down the road. Is it a proper investment? Is it something that's going to add value to my family for generations to come, or is it going to be something that's a liability, something I'm going to be paying out for a long time as well? Am I going to have to invest a lot of money into this investment to make it actually provide a return on that investment for me? Well, the same is true in our lives. Every choice you make is an investment into yourself. You can spend your time chasing distractions that bring quick gratification, such as surfing social media, right? Looking at everyone else's highlight reel, everyone else's filtered photos, or you can spend time building yourself from the inside out, right? You can invest in growth, into reading, learning, building relationships, listening to Midweek Motivation Live, just like you are today. Think of your mindset and habits like a portfolio of investments. Are you adding equity to your portfolio, or are you draining that value? Are you consistently having to go out and mow the grass? Are you consistently having to go and replace the plumbing or do work on the wiring or put on a new roof because you don't have a solid covering on the outside of you as well? Or is your foundation consistently crumbling year after year because you won't do the things to build yourself up, to continue to build on that strong foundation? The earlier you learn to start investing in yourself, the greater the compounding effect will be long term. A person who consistently grows their knowledge, builds strong networks, and takes care of their health will be worth so much more, not in dollars, but in impact, in legacy, than someone who just coasts through life. Couch surfing, right? We know who those people are. Just like in real estate, the best investments may take time, but they pay off when you stay consistent and invest for the long run. Number 4, don't forget, there are market cycles and seasons of life. Just like there are real estate seasons. In the first few years of the 2020s, 2021, 22, and 23, you could basically flick a bean or throw a stone and find a house to sell or a home that somebody wanted to buy. And then the inventory went incredibly low. You had multiple buyers looking at every house on the market, and many of the offers were way over asking price, which causes the price because of supply and demand. When the supply goes low, the demand goes high. So prices went very high. We had a boom season. And now, as of the late last fall, prices started to dip as interest rates went up. So now we're starting to see prices come down and homes are not selling for as much as they were in 2023 or early 2024. There are seasons just like that in everyone's life, as well as there are in real estate. We've had recoveries, then we have a high season, then we have a dip, then we have another recovery, right? Wise investors don't panic when the market dips. They understand it's part of the cycle and they plan accordingly. The savvy investor knows when the market dips that they need to go out and buy more investments when the price comes down, right? And then when the prices go back up, you have instant appreciation and equity in that property. They understand it's all part of the cycle and they plan accordingly. Life follows these same rhythms. You'll have seasons of abundance where opportunities seem endless. The phone is always ringing. People are wanting to help you. They're wanting to invest into your life. They're wanting to pour into you. And then you'll have seasons where it kind of slows down a little bit. You may experience some difficulty in life where it feels like nothing is really clicking. You know what I mean? But the key is not to just quit during a downturn. It's time to double down. Instead, you prepare, you learn, and you stay committed, right? Either I win or I learn. That's the mindset we have to get, right? Some of the best real estate fortunes have been made during a down season when others were too afraid to act. In life, your down season can actually become your greatest opportunity for growth. Don't let temporary circumstances define your long-term value. Write that down. Are you listening? Write that down. Don't let temporary circumstances define your long-term value. Hold on. Your recovery season could be right around the corner. And then number 5 of our 5 points today. This last point you have heard in the real estate world forever. And every time someone asks us about selling a home, we usually start with one of this statement that says 3 things sell a home. Three things sell a home. Number 1, location, location, location. And that is point number 5 today. Of the 3 things that sell a home, it's location. The 3 things are location, condition, and price. And number 1, location. You can't move the home unless you're a home mover or you hire someone to move a home. If the home's on a slab, it's impossible to move nearly. So that's not going to happen. So we really take this location, location, location term, and we have to kind of take it off the table. We can't move a home. So number two, the only two things you have that are adjustable or correctable are condition and price. Number one, the condition of the home needs to match the price that you're asking for it, or the price needs to come down to match the condition of the home in its current state. So location, condition, and price sell a home. We've all heard it. The most important factor in real estate, number one, is its location. Why? Because it's almost impossible to move it. You can have the most beautiful house, but if it's in a bad neighborhood, that value is limited. Its ability to appreciate, for you to grow equity, is going to be slower than a home in a better market, right? That value is limited. Location determines appreciation, opportunity, and even the lifestyle you could live in that location. In the same way, I was going to go off on a tangent and I'm not. Focus, Patrick. In the same way, your life location, the people you surround yourself with, the environments that we choose, and the influences we allow into our life will determine our growth. Our lifestyle is determined by all of these things. If you place yourself in a toxic circle, your potential will be tainted. You will stumble. It will be hard for you to win in life. No matter how much talent you may have on the inside, that circle you hang with could kill that, right? Your top five is very important because you are who you hang with. And if you're not yet, you will be quickly. So if you put yourself in environments that challenge you with people who encourage and inspire you, your value can skyrocket, just like the value of a great home in a great location. Sometimes the best move you can make isn't upgrading the house itself, it's upgrading the neighborhood around it. Can you invest into the neighborhood around your home and increase your value? I think that you can. And one of the things that we are experiencing in Amarillo now, when there was a downturn in availability, we had a lot of empty lots around our city in other neighborhoods that were less affluent. And now the savvy investor is going into those neighborhoods. They're building new homes in maybe in a less affluent neighborhood. And that new home is now going to end up helping raise the value of the other homes in that neighborhood. Can you do that in your life as well? Absolutely. Upgrade your physical, your sphere of influence, the people around you. Start hanging out with better people. Sometimes the best move you can make is into a new circle. If your circle sucks, I just said it out loud, maybe you need a new circle. Ask yourself, am I planted in a place that's helping me grow? Am I being fed and watered by my friends? If not, maybe I need some new friends, right? If I'm in a circle that keeps me stuck, that wants to keep me in that rut we talked about a couple shows ago, maybe I need some new friends, because just like in real estate, your location sets the stage for everything else, right? That may sound hard, and I'm not trying to not not trying to be hard on you. I'm just trying to be real. Pete says the right keys open the right doors. That's right. I hope these are good keys for you today. Maybe you need some new friends. If your friends are not feeding and watering you where you are planted, maybe you need to go be planted somewhere else. Maybe you need to change the soil that you're in. Maybe you need to change what kind of water and what kind of food you're getting from the people around you. Maybe it's an environment. Maybe it's a place that you've been for a long time and you have been comfortable there. You were comfortable in that rut because as long as felt like you were moving forward, you didn't even realize you were in the rut. But remember, the rim of that rut was your horizon. And once you get out of that rut, you can see what's actually out there in front of you. So here's the big takeaway today. Do we have big takeaways? Absolutely. Final thoughts on the show. Here's the big takeaway. You are the most valuable piece of real estate you'll ever own. You are, not me, not your house. You. Treat yourself that way. Build on a strong foundation. If you don't think you have one, start building a better foundation under yourself. You can start today. Focus on your inner value, not just outward appearances. Invest in yourself for your future. Write out the cycles in life, the seasons in life with faith and persistence. And above all, place yourself in the right environment around the right people where you can thrive, not just survive. Just like the best properties appreciate over time, your life has the potential to increase in value year after year, but only if you take care of it. I'm sitting here in a chair so sore right now because of another workout that I used to do that I had quit doing. And I popped in the DVD again yesterday and started hitting it again. And my muscles are like, what are you doing to me? Do I work out regularly? No. Do I work out frequently? Yes. Do I change workouts? Yes. I don't want my muscles to get lazy or to get bored of doing the same thing. So I'll work out at home. I'll work out at the gym. I'll work out alone. I'll work out with a friend. I'll go for a walk. I'll do whatever. Sometimes you got to change it up. And yesterday I changed it up and started some exercises, some warm-ups with a friend that a friend had sent me. And I've done the chair workout because the chair workout, hey, if you're over 50 and I'm well over 50, the chair workout was fun. And it was actually way more physical than I thought it would be. And it kicked my butt. And yesterday I put in a high intensity surge training DVD, and my muscles are killing me. But do I like it? Yes, I love it. I love the sore feeling because I know I'm waking up muscles that I haven't been using for a while. So I'm working on my foundation and my inner man, working on my core. I'm investing in myself. And as we go through these seasons of life, we have to learn that that's what we have to do. Above all else, while you're doing all of those things, remember, keep yourself in the right environment where you can thrive. Just like the best real estate properties thrive when they're in the right neighborhood and the right updates are done to them, you can too, if you will take care of yourself. Remember, in real estate and in life, growth isn't automatic. It's intentional. Now go build the life you were created to live. Create the equity in your own life. Let your own life start to appreciate over time. I hope this has helped you today. The show has been about 5 minutes shorter than normal. I've been trying to keep these at 30 minutes, and it has been hard. Most of our shows have been around 40 minutes, 39 to 40 minutes. And I'm just trying to stay a little more focused for you. I do appreciate you. I appreciate you coming back to watch the show each and every week. Like I said, like, love, share it with a friend. Do not forget, we are a sponsored show. We are sponsored by Stellar CBD products. Elevate your wellness with Stellar. This is the THCV gel caps. I have multiple products. The Energy Focus mushroom gummies with lion's mane and ginseng and B12, regular CBD gummies, mushroom gummies, tinctures for your pets and animals if they suffer with anxiety. We have products for just about everything. I have more products on the way as well. I've been faithfully taking my CBD products for the last couple of months now, and I have to say they have increased my sleep patterns, my energy and focus patterns, and my just overall feeling of wellness and good peace of mind. I really cannot recommend these products higher. I did not think I would like them, and I love them. GetStellar.com. Go to www.getstellar.com. Use my code, all caps, Patrick20 to get 20% off your orders of Stellar. Use Stellar and elevate your wellness as well. Thank you. Mary says, have a great day, everyone. Pete, Gina, Marlene, Cody, everyone watching the show today. John, Lisa, I appreciate all of you guys coming to watch the show. There's so many people, I can't name them all, but we've got a lot of hearts, a lot of likes, and a lot of loves on the show today. I appreciate y'all. You know I'll be back next week. I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.